This episode is brought to you by KG Productions for KrsnaKnows.
So we are doing the Narada Bhakti Sutra. We had completed 46 and 47 Sutra. 47 we had not yet completed. I think some of it was left. So we are going to continue where we left. Yesterday, if you recollect, we were talking about Maya. Now Maya is like the 5G towers. Coronavirus sits on top of that tower and attacks everybody in London. So you got to burn it down. Including the world champion. You see, Amir Khan, his name is, he's a boxer. He's also saying the same thing. He says it is not a conspiracy from China, but it is a conspiracy done by these 5G people, and they want to kill all the old people in London and in England, and that is the reason why this 5G is spreading all this corona thing. Educated people carried away by Maya. You can imagine if Maya can play this kind of a havoc in the minds of educated people, what is going to happen? The science everywhere is telling them that this is how it is happening. But yet the belief is completely different. Now this belief is something which is creation of Maya. Maya has a very unique way of showing us pictures which we have not even thought of. In the United States, there are lots of people who are fighting with their wives and wives are fighting with their husbands. There are lots of issues going on. So the cells which are supposed to take care of the family issues is overworking. Why? Because both of them have come together after a very long time, thanks to the virus. This strange activity that is going on over the world, if you sit back and think about it, and you will say, how does that actually work? Is it real by any chance? What is reality in that? So many people affected. The whole world is shouting hoarse, saying that you have to stay apart. Boards are put up everywhere. And even after doing all that, there was a fish festival in I think in Washington or some such place, and 3,000 people descended on that. They were giving crab legs and shrimps and fish and all that. Wow. I mean, crab legs are so attractive, more attractive than coronavirus. Think how that strange is. So one of the reporters, she went and she shot a video and she put it on her network, and the next minute the mayor comes with the full gang saying that you are not supposed to come together, you stay away. It is not a happy situation for anybody, let me tell you. You see, everybody is suffering somewhere or the other. One of the very big stores in UK called Debenhams is laying off 22,000 people. Yesterday, someone called me to say that 500 people from their company in India have been laid off. It is a terrible scene, let me tell you. It's not so easy and simple as it looks like. Think, if there are millions of people who are not having jobs today, how much time will they take before they get a job? It's a very severe crisis, and everybody has to contribute their little mite towards it, even if it means staying at home. Yes, bowing down to Maya is very, very important, no doubt about it. In most of these cases, Maya is very strong. She is not going to leave anybody. So this Maya's case is so severe at the moment, everybody seems to be affected with it, that Narada Narada's issues of 10 points, we have to at least consider from our spiritual perspective. How do we not get affected by Maya? And that is the reason why I'm just recapping yesterday a little bit so that we are on the same page. Give up attachment to sense objects. First one. Give up attachment to sense objects. One of the sense objects is the coffee that everybody drinks. They go to all these fancy restaurants across the world and the coffee consumption has gone through the roof. Now what has happened? This is attachment to that coffee. Remember, I given you an example of Starbucks. In India, everybody thought, literally everybody across India thought that the price of milk will go up, and everybody, all the milk dairies everywhere in India, what they did was something unique. During the summer months, now the summer is started, okay, we are in April. There is no spring in India, you know that, no? This is time for cricket. Summer has started. Everybody likes to go in the cricket field and play. Now they can't. So during the summer, what happens is milk is always in short supply. If somebody requires 11 lakh liters per day, they get only 10 or 9. So they have to buy the powders and this and that and reconstitute the milk and sell it. Today what has happened, they were thinking that we will have to do this, and this summer, those who are having 9 lakh liters per day as the consumption are selling only 7 lakhs. 900,000 liters production, 700,000 liters sale. What do you do with the balance 200,000? Is a big question. Nobody ever thought of it. So who gets affected? The poor farmer got affected. 2 rupees per liter minus. And bigger companies like Amul and all, they used to never go to dry. Basically you send the milk so that you can dry it out and make it into powders and so on and so forth. They never sent it during summer because it was always in short supply. Remember? Now they are searching for people who can do it now. So this attraction towards milk, when it was asked what happened, why is this drop in sale? The answer is restaurants, hotels, and all these great giants where they used to get tea, coffee and all those things, they are not working today. So there is no consumption there. Is man dying because of that? Is anybody dying because he is not getting Starbucks or coffee day coffee or something like that? Is anybody dying? Is anybody craving so much? Arey coffee chahiye last. My last wish. Nobody is doing that because you can stay without it. Now this is a passion. It's like I want it. I want it. I want it. But now who cares about it? Nobody wants it. You can stay without it. So this was the first one, which was called getting over this attachment to sense objects. Second one, he who serves great devotees. When you serve the masters, when you have a guru and you serve the guru can show you the path of getting out of these Maya's problems. People are sitting at home. The workload is less because most of the time, how much can you talk on the phone with your company? By the way, you have never liked those fellows in your life, okay? Especially your boss. I don't think anybody likes their boss so much. Unless and until you are attracted towards him and then there's a pati patni and something like that is happening, then it's a different story. Otherwise, nobody likes the boss. Now, You don't even want to take his call. You're very happy if the VPN is down at home. You see, VPN is not working, sir. What to do? I cannot log into the network. Very simple answer. Or your servers are not working, Very good. You don't know Zoom is having virus also. Zoom also has virus. So this attachment, the second thing is, how did the Guru tell? So just think what a Guru does. Guru says to you, you have so many talents, Maybe you know to play music. Or maybe you know to write stories. Why don't you do it now? You don't need to go out somewhere and get it done. You can sit in the confines of your house, in your room, and write it. Sing it. Of course, if you want to be a TikTok star also, this is a good time to be a TikTok star, okay? Yeah, you can get a lot of followers because everybody is on it, isn't it? Everybody wants to know. Think about it. Yesterday they said, you got to put off the lights for 9 minutes. And the first feed will come. Ambani was lighting lamps. Wow. And then Ratan Tata did this. Or Ratan Tata. And then somebody else. And then Akshay Kumar did this. What are people doing? They have nothing else to do but go on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all these places. You are having captive audience. Why don't you do something about it? The Guru will tell you. Of course, please join the satsang also. That is also very important. Because your spiritual development also is supposed to happen. You see? So, the Guru gives this kind of advice. And he says, okay, do this also. Then, he who renounces all sense of possession in himself. Stop saying, I did it. You understand? Today, everybody is avoiding I did it. Do you know? The first person who says I didn't do is China. See? I told you, this is a very good time for you to don't accept it. I never did anything, So this ownership that everybody takes, no, I did it. Stop taking that I did it thing and just stay away from it. Then we move to the next verse, the next sutra. He who keeps himself in solitary place of quietude. No choice, you see. It's quiet outside. No traffic. Nothing is happening. Unless and until you have a wife or a husband who is sitting on top of your head, okay? Or your children are making so much of racket you don't know what is happening. But otherwise, this is a time to become Buddha. Because nobody is coming to disturb you. You can sit in your room and become a Buddha. Right? Solitary confinement. Nobody needs to put you in a jail. So our great exercise that is going on, I think Maya is, maybe Narada is teaching us, not Maya. Narada must have brought this whole thing together and say, this is a time for solitary confinement, maybe. So, solitary place of quietude. There is no noise anywhere. Shut your phones off. Yes, that is important. Shut your phones off. Let nobody call you. I have a difficulty there. I get messages even in the middle of the night. So it becomes very difficult. So that I want to become Buddha. So I also have to put my phone on silent. So what it simply says is, get rid of Maya by not keeping your eyes, ears and all this open. The more you see, the more you are attracted. The more you hear, the more you are attracted. That doesn't mean you put headphones in your ear and listen. Okay? Yes, if you want to listen to some Bhakti Geet. This is time for all the tips and all the companies to become very famous. Because they are the ones who are selling this, no? So, solitary place where there is absolute quiet. You have craved for this many years in a row. The reason is because nobody has given you space. You understand what space means? I want my space. A place where nobody comes to disturb me, so that I can do certain amount of my own work. It is a very good thing to do. Distractions are minimal. Nothing around you should be attracting you and saying, oh, come to me, look at me. So this is what has to be done. Keep himself in solitary place of quietude. The next one is, he who plucks off his bondage with the world by the roots. This is detachment from people. It doesn't require a PhD to tell you that attachment is the root cause of all the misery that you have in the world. The more you are attached to anybody or anything, you are going to be miserable. So detaching yourself, pulling it out from the root. But it doesn't happen in most of the cases, and a man suffers. Today's story is going to tell you about this, about a saint who couldn't let go till a very long time. What that saint had to go through is what we are going to learn today. So first you need to remove these roots also. Why the roots? He says, he who plucks off his bondage with the world by the roots. Any association of any kind. There are lots of youngsters over here in the satsang. Most of the time, those who are on the path of spiritual, they refuse to go back to their houses or to meet their parents. The first thing that the person says, the moment the person comes in, we have arranged a match for you. Arranged a match for you. What exactly were they thinking? You think they are some bakri? Like a goat you have come, okay, now is the time to cut. Eid ka time hai, chalo kaatte hain. Sir, Eid comes once in a year, twice maybe. But like for this person, whenever he goes to his native place, I'm telling you, this is a very common phenomena. Any boy or girl who goes back, the first thing they will think of, who is in that age group of marrying, Tumhari shaadi honi chahiye. And if you are addicted to all these Karan Johar movies, no, I'm sorry. You will be the first person to say yes. Because you want that wedding going on for 7 days. That happens only in the movies. Don't think about it. It happens in life. And 7 days is all that you get. Earlier on, they used to call it 7 year each. Okay. Marriage is last for 7 years. After that 7 year each happens. Nowadays, 7 day ceremony also finished. Khatam. The idea that you are, in Hindi there is a word, it's called Bali ka Bakra. You have to become that. In the material world, this is a very common phenomena. I was just talking about youngsters. Let us take even younger than that. Beta, तुमने पढ़ाई नहीं की? मम्मी 92% लेके आया. बोला 92 क्यों लेके आया? 98 या 100 क्यों नहीं लेके आया? The pressure of parents is like that. At least Indian parents. I don't know about the foreign ones. But Indian parents, they will put you in so many classes you can't even think of. You can't come home tired from school or college. You have to go tired from school and college straight to some class. मैं तुमको 8 बजे पिकअप करूंगा. Wow. But these are my holidays. No holidays. You're going to be studying for 10th standard. You're going to study for that PUC. And the pressure on these children is so much. Already they are carrying one big basta behind, big bag behind them. And then on top of it, they have to carry even the tuition teacher ke. The whole books of... So these are the attachments, I'm telling you. These attachments are the worst kind. And then the children, they revolt. They revolt, literally. Relationships deteriorate. It doesn't last for a very long time. Forget about the children, the elders also. If there is a retired couple also, there are lots of retired couples in India. He will be lost in the newspaper. Okay? He will be lost in the newspaper or मैं NDTV देख रहा हूँ. What are you seeing? NDTV, it's the same damn thing every day. It's the same stupid face you get to see, or whatever TV that they are looking at, and every day they are saying the same thing. But no, you cannot disturb him during his TV time or his, and the woman is lost somewhere else. It never changes. Some little modifications here and there. And that is called Maya. Maya. This kind of pull all over the place is called Maya. The 60-70-year-olds don't realize it is high time they started the spiritual because their karmas are become like, big boja. Maybe they didn't attend my satsang, otherwise they would have immediately started. Once they come to know, next life में भी यही मिलने वाली है तुमको. लो कर लो बात. You're going to meet the same person over again. What are you going to do? No, I will tell God next time, Aishwarya Rai से थोड़ा अच्छा चेहरा लगा के भेज दो. This is the funny part, but believe me, this is the attachment which keeps a person constantly going in these loops of material world, coming again and again and again. Maya is like that. Maya doesn't mean you chuck them out, okay? It doesn't mean that you ऊपर से मैं फेंक देता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं है. कहने का मतलब, what it means is simply this: detach. Detachment is very, very important. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt. Everybody. All of you. You're going to be miserable and hurt. Why would you want to get hurt and why would you want to cry? That is the reason why overcome the Maya by being detached. Listen to me, detachment doesn't mean that you are not supposed to do your duties. Duties are important, they have to be done. If mummy says, जाओ 2 liter दूध लेके आओ. Guruji has said no attachments. मैं दूध नहीं ला सकता. You can't say that, okay? You have to go and get it. It's a job. You have to do the job. And the job is something that has to be done. But do it with detachment. Okay? Detachment, you can forget the change. It's going in your pocket at the end of the day, isn't it? So detachment is the one. So now we are going to this verse where, okay, one more is left. He who goes beyond the influence of the gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. And we had stopped here yesterday. So, the 7th one. He who renounces all his anxieties for acquiring and maintaining. What are you doing for acquiring and maintaining? You earn money, isn't it? You go work outside, earn money. And when you earn money, you feel they owe it to you because you are giving money to them. Or the company owes it to you because you have worked very hard. This kind of a thought, if it ever comes to you, you have to renounce this thought. Doesn't mean that you have to give up the money. It only means that don't keep on telling ki, I am doing it, I am doing it. That renounce that particular thing. So I had said that this is what I will redo once again. So I have done. So we were moving to the next one. So we are doing Sutra 48. He says, 8th point, he who relinquishes the fruit of action. 9. Who renounces all ego-centric action. 10. Becomes free from the play of the pair of opposites. Though you will find that there is an overlap in all these things, You will feel that there is an overlap. Are you not saying the same thing? No. There are certain things that we have to segregate out. So, Narada has tried to segregate it out. He who relinquishes the fruit of action. How is the fruit of action going to be? Is anybody sure? Nobody in this world is absolutely sure about anything. Today, everybody, in the last year, 2019, everybody was thinking the markets are booming, the markets are booming, the markets are booming. Everybody invested. And suddenly, the whole market started slipping. And it came down to a level today where to reach the high is the most difficult thing in the world. So, people who had already thought ki paise kamaunga, I will earn money when I do this, are repenting what they have done. They are not even sure why they did it. So, there are lots of countries in this world who are trying to put brakes on it. Some of them call it circuit breaker. We will allow the market to only drop by so much percentage. We will allow the market to work only for this much amount of time. Usse niche nahi aa sakta. People have this. They already thought about it. How do you know? What makes you think that you have an idea about the end result? Nobody has an idea. Absolutely no one has an idea. There are lots of people in this different industries who are thinking this is a boom time. In life, when people were thinking, mera promotion aayega, I will get a promotion now. People were thinking that last year performance till December was so good, I will get a very good bonus. And today, because they had already created that in their mind, they have gone and spent it before they have earned it. That means someone who was hoping that there will be a bonus coming at the end of the year, March mein mil jayega, he went and spent a lot of money during the November, December and maybe January, thinking that, I will do this and I will do that and I will paint my house and I will put some furniture, many things. But what happened? When you are fixated on the end point, the problem is you do not have a control over it. And that is what he says. You should relinquish the fruit of action. Now, in this, I will give you an understanding where people always say, does it mean I am not supposed to do anything? Do you mean to say I am not supposed to target anything? Immediately those who are corporate people, they will start, you mean to say I am not supposed to target my, cash flow is important, this is important, that is important. Agreed. I agree with you. Then I tell them about the Mahabharata war. And I tell them that, do you remember Arjuna? He went and got the Shastras from Shivji also. He put them on a tree somewhere. Way before the war. Who has said that you are not supposed to plan? Please understand one thing. Everybody plans for winning. Nobody plans for losing. Isn't it correct? Everybody says, I plan to win. Nobody is planning for defeats. Unless and until you are in Satta Bazaar. Okay. Satta Bazaar means if you are a person who is into gambling and you want to lose it because you want to make money losing. That's a different ball game altogether. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you have to do something really big. It is important to plan. But do you think anything goes as per plan? Question yourself that. Never in life. They always say, man proposes, God disposes. You know this saying very well. And it has been there with you since birth only. You might have planned, I will do this, I will do that. Nothing has happened. You see, the end result is not what you are supposed to think about. He says, do not think about the fruits. That means, I won the war, I will rule over 25 kingdoms and I will do... No, don't even think like that. Who has told you that? It can never be the way you think. Do you get it? You can go ahead and make the best of the plans. You can create the entire infrastructure. You can get all the ingredients necessary. You can pile up everything that you want, including your army. You can say, I'm going to create a team. Someone came to me and told me, we will be making 20,000 videos in 3 months' time or 4 months' time. I said, 3 months or 4 months' time, 20,000 videos? I doubt it. If you are capable of even making 200, I will be happy. That doesn't work. You can't plan that. You may have the infrastructure. You may have created everything. You have the money, the power, everything going for you. I will give you the case of a very big airport. One of the best airports in the world is the Changi Airport. You know, Changi Airport. They allocated a lot of funds. They opened their new terminal, $1 billion terminal. Water is flowing from top. This is happening, that is happening. So many planes landing, going off, this, that. Oh my God. All the great things. And they tom-tom the whole world. We have the best airport in the world. Okay? And they planned that Terminal 2, we are going to do a lot of changes now. What happened? All the money, all the infrastructure, everything that you have gathered for getting so many flights inside that country. You wanted so many people landing, so many people going for, immigration, this, that. What happened to that? Terminal 2 closed. And they were supposed to do the renovation. 18 months delay. They are supposed to be people who actually perform before. I mean, if they give a date, they have always succeeded in achieving their targets. Sorry boss, coronavirus is telling you, you can't do it now. Delay it for 18 more months. And do you really think it is 18 months or is it 18 years? Don't even think about that. Because nobody in the world can actually put a date to this. So you can try your level best of doing whatever that you wish to. The end result is never in your hands. Please remember this. Maya can, just pull the rug from under your feet. And that is the reason why don't bother about the end results. So he says, the one who relinquishes the fruit of action, don't even think of the fruit of action. I have planted these nice seeds and I am going to, eat the fruits of this. Sir, you will be dead. Somebody else, the fruit will be eaten by somebody else. What makes you think that you are going to eat the fruit? Or maybe the tree is going to rot also. Nobody understands this. Huge investments, huge things. A person says, I am going to get married and I am going to settle down. I am going to get a 4 BHK house and I am going to do this and I am going to do that. Some people buy houses and they think, I am going to buy these houses and I am going to earn interest on that and I am going to put this money here and I am going to do this. It never works. Why are you doing that? You think you have some 100 houses and you are going to take rents from there? You remember 2008? In one swipe, everything vanished. And today's day, one swipe, everything goes away. Nobody can understand how this whole end point is reached. So don't bother so much about the results, the final results. You got to plan. Yes, you plan properly. Put everything in place. You can do your perfect planning, by the way. You can try perfect, into brackets. You can dream. But the end result is never going to be the way you think. There is no happily ever after. Understand this. No happily ever after. It happens only in the comics. Okay? Disney World or Disneyland, all the Disney comics, it is going to happen. Alright? You have seen the Avenger movies. No, what happened? The whole thing blew up finally. Yesterday was Downey Jr.'s birthday also. Iron Man. Iron Man is no more. See? But who would have thought about it? So this is the point. He says, he who renounces all ego-centric actions. This idea that I am going to do it. When people come and tell me, I promise you I will deliver it by tomorrow. It's called ego-centric action. There are lots of people in my world who will, Guruji, by tomorrow evening I will have one video ready. Is that so? How do you know? Nobody can say. So this egocentric action that is there, don't bother about it. Because you see, there is no idea of I can do it. Alright, this is egocentric. That means you don't know me. In the last 10 years of my life, I have been able to achieve this over here and that over there. They give some very nice historical data. I mean, like those data points. Okay, I did this during that time. I did this during that time. You might have done. Don't say that I am going to do it. The more you say I am going to do it, it's going to go from your hands. Because Maya is just waiting around the corner, you see. Maya says, okay, one more bakra has come. Ajao. She just loves doing this. And she is so good at it that the more you tom-tom yourself and I, finished. Even in spiritual world, the I word is not to be ever said. Never say, I am going to do this, I did this. Have the humility not to utter those words. Just don't even utter that. In Marathi we have a saying, Jashi Shrinchi Ichha. Jashi means like. Shri. Shri means Almighty. Ichha means will. The way the God wills, it's going to happen. I am nobody. I am just a pawn, He just plays around with those pawns. Tick, 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 tick. He just moves us here and there. So the egocentric thing which everybody carries with them, I can do it, it's possible, I am capable, I can do this and I can do that. That I you leave aside. Even in family issues, there are fights going on where the person says, I have done this, I have given this money, I did this. That I is chucked out of the window by Maya. And when you get hurt also, you won't know. The one person that you think that you don't want to take help from is the person you will have to end up going to him. You get it? It's going to be like that. So why keep that ego anywhere in the picture? Decimate it. In this case, I was asked one question. In corporate world, am I not supposed to say that I have achieved my targets? The world outside, that is the material world, is run by all these things only. That world is Maya's world, remember that, isn't it? If you are under the Chhatra Chhaya of a guru, why are you bothered about that? You can move your mouth and say, I did it. No problem. Knowing fully well inside that you have never done it. Did you get it? For your company's sake, you can just move your mouth and say, no, yeah. You know how those dolls talk, marionettes? You have to talk like that. Some say that it is hypocrisy. But yes, it can be hypocritical, but do not in your heart of heart, don't think that you have done it, okay? Don't have this ego that I did it. Just leave it aside. Becomes free from the play of the pair of opposites. How does a person become free from the play of the pair of opposites? we get dragged on this side and on that side. Those who get praises, those who feel that they have deserved the praise and they have got it and they are very much capable, so on and so forth, they feel very nice when they are given one medal, one citation, they get their names written in the newspapers, they feel very nice to see, oh, this one is praising me. All these things are there, isn't it? So, at such point in time, understand that you are just playing a role. A role, that's it. And that role can never be, it's like somebody else is giving you a script, a tight script, and you are supposed to be the winner in that script, and you are only playing that role. Then why would you want to just bother your head and say, I am the one who is responsible for this and that? No. The pair of opposite on this side is winning. On the other side, we have great losers. Everybody blames me. This is how they speak, okay? They hold me responsible for everything in this world. If something goes wrong, they will point out fingers to me. Because of this fellow only, everything went wrong. They will trash me. They will say all the bad stuff. They will say, you are the worst person on earth. And what happens to this person? The one to whom they are saying, I am the only one, Do you see ego over there? One is inflated ego and one is deflated ego, where the woman or the man says, I am always like that, I always feel bad, what am I to do? They are always crying. Because of me, this happened. They are all saying. Can you see I over there, the ego there? The deflated ego is the worst ego in the world, by the way, not the inflated. Inflated, you can just puncture it, the hawa will go, the air will go, and at least he will get deflated and he is not going to think more like that. But the deflated ego is already shriveled. You see, the balloon is already shriveled. How much more can you shrivel it? So at such point in time, the deflated ego is the worst ego in the world. You cannot raise these people higher up. Got it? So both the opposites, pair of opposites, that is one who is high up and one who is absolutely down there, are called pair of opposites. The good and the bad, the right and the wrong, everything. We have a range of colors in this world. The blacks and the whites. These are called pair of opposites. So he says, become free from this play of the pair of opposites. I am rich, I am poor. The rich person says, I got enough money to tide over this corona and all these things. Then there is another person who says, I don't have any money in this world. Both these cases are egocentric. Do you think that there is ego in the one who has not eaten food for 2 days? You may say there is no ego. Well, there is. I am hungry. When you reach the state of enlightenment, you never say those words. You might be put on the cross. Okay? You don't say that I am put on the cross. When you become that great, you will say, Father in heaven, kindly forgive them, because they know not what they are doing. They are not looking up to their father and saying, Tune aisa kyun kiya? They are not saying, why did you do this to me? Do you think I deserve it? No. If you say, I deserve it, do you think I should be on the cross? Do you think I am supposed to be in that kind of a misery? I didn't get to eat for 2 days. I am hungry. I don't have clothes to wear. I am like, the I is still ego. That is still telling you a pair of an opposite which is full of ego. The one who says, I will see when the market rises, I will do this. I've got enough money stacked up, I have so many things, investments going on. Both are egos. Remove that. These are pair of opposites. How do you know? For that reason, giving up this pair of opposites is very, very important. So these are the 10 points which you got to consider constantly when you want to overcome Maya. Alright? These are simple ones. When you overcome Maya, the devotional path is the simplest. Because you are not going to go and tell the world, I know these Vedas, I know this, I know that. You are not going to say that. Are you going to say that? On the contrary, you will say, I know very little. Don't know. The ego doesn't stay there. See, when you say, I really don't know, I tried hard, that is ego. The simplest word, I always tell my disciples, I said, the simplest word for any person, which is neither yes nor no, is neither this nor that. And when you come to me, the one thing which I will always say, it's okay. Okay, neither means yes nor no. So what is the answer of okay? ठीक है. You got it? There is no ego there. There is neither this nor that. There is no movement anywhere. So we have come to the end of this particular sutra, which is Sutra 48. So next time we will start 49 onwards. We just completed one chapter. Okay. There are more, by the way. There are 2 more. Okay. So anyway, it's a story time. So the stories which we are discussing always, every day, they are connected to Krishna. Finally connected to Krishna. They are connected to form of Krishna also. And today's story is about a woman saint of Maharashtra. Her name was Bahina Bai. Bahina Bai. Now, Bahina Bai was a great devotee of Vithala, Panduranga, of Pandharpur. Now, Bahina Bai's birth was in a very good Brahmin family. She was married off at the age of 3 to a person who was a widower of 30 years of age. 27-year difference. You see, child marriages were very much there during that time. So at the age of 3, she was married off. But the girl is not supposed to go to the husband's place till she becomes mature. This is the way how it is. So, from childhood she was listening to all the beautiful songs of Krishna and the bhajans and the kirtans. Her parents took her even to Pandharpur. So in Pandharpur she got the darshan of Vithala, Panduranga, and she was a normal devotee of Krishna, Vithala. When she had gone to this place, when she was just matured and had reached Pandharpur at the age of 9, the family was staying across the river. There is a Chandrabhaga river over there. There is a river over there. So everybody, all the Varkaris, they are all from Varkari Samaj. Varkaris are those people who go visit Pandharpur quite often. And they stay there for some time. She got a vision of Vithala. So that was the first time. When she went back, husband came and took her. Now when the husband came and took her, now imagine she was just 8 or 9 years old. 27-year difference between the husband and the girl. Now when you have small children, they'll beat them up, just like that. So it so happened that they got a cow and a calf. Cow and a calf. So this girl was very much interested in that calf because calves are basically one of the sages or saints from that particular domain. Goloka, Goloka. Cow is very much connected to that and calf is. So she would be going here and there, a young girl, and the calf and the mother will follow her everywhere. So one day there was a great saint who had come for us, a puja, kind of a satsang or something like that. So she went over there to meet him, and this person blessed her and the calf. Put his hand on her head. A young girl, so naturally he blessed her. When she came home, her husband was furious. He said, "What is this calf and this, cow doing behind you? And what is this nonsense you are doing, going to different places and listening to all these bhajans and kirtans of all this Panduranga?" And he beat her black and blue. Her husband beat her very badly. He dragged her by the hair, pulled her. And this was seen by the calf and the cow. He did not give her any food to eat. The cow and the calf also refused to eat. And the cow died. When she came to know, she went into a swoon. She was unconscious for many days. When she was unconscious for many days, Vithala and Tukaram came and blessed her and said, "From today, you write poems for me." And Tukaram, whom she had not seen before, gave her a mantra in her dream. Now, whether it was real or not, she was not aware of it. Remember that. Ram Krishna Hari is the mantra which was given to her. So it went on. She got up. She went back. She had one daughter first. Then she had one son. Son's name was Vithoba. Vithala himself said that I will come to you. The son will be born. Name him Vithala. So Vithoba was his name. Many a time she was beaten black and blue. She did not leave her husband. Till the last she did not. Then one day something very strange happened. After her husband had beaten her and he was about to go out of the house saying, "I'm never going to return again to you," he failed in his legs. His legs couldn't move. And he fainted there itself in that house. Every time he tried to get up and go, he couldn't. So his wife said, Vaishnava said, "I will take care of you." That time he realized the power of bhakti. So he decided that I will take you to Pandharpur. And from there, I will take you to meet your guru, Tukaram Maharaj. So she went to Pandharpur, had the darshan. Then she went to Dehu and met Tukaram Maharaj. First Tukaram Maharaj says, "I don't know who you are." She kept on pestering him. "You gave me Diksha, you gave me this." So finally he said, "Okay, come join me." She was with Tukaram for many years. After that she was completely devoted to Tukaram Maharaj and then to Vithala. Tukaram Maharaj left his heavenly body. If you remember Tukaram Maharaj's story, Viman came, aircraft as you call it in today's day and age, came and took him away to the heavens. That's a different story. So she went and met another guru, Samarth Ramdas. That is the guru of Shivaji Maharaj and Tanaji Malusari. Everybody knows Tanaji now. And Shahaji also. So she went and then stayed with Samarth Ramdas and became a very great devotee. And at the age of 70 or so, she left her. So this is the beauty of devotion. Though she was so much into her husband, but finally devotion literally took her away from him. It is only when you have such intense devotion for Krishna that everything falls in place at a certain point in time. We cannot even say when it happens. Alright? So I'll leave you here and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do the rest of the 11 and 12 points. And take care. You have a very good evening. Bye.